It's my last day in Australia today. Don't worry, the adventure isn't over. I'm going on a cruise. So this is it, the last day of my Australian adventure. It's my last day in Sydney for this leg of the trip. Checking out my hotel now. Finished with Australia, and how fantastic has that been? So hopefully you've been following the videos, but you know, Queensland with my friends was amazing. Melbourne, really needed more time to see it, and I've actually just revisited places I've been before in Sydney, but I've enjoyed every little bit of it, and I've still not enough time here either. So yeah, definitely lots of excuses to come back to Australia. It's not the end of the adventure. We're only on day 13, and guess what, there's more to come, because today it's cruise day. So there you go, it's almost time to check out of my hotel. 11 o'clock checkout this morning, room 1003 of the Sofitel Sydney Darling Harbour. Still have to do that as a tongue twister. It's been very comfortable. I think I mentioned the other day, sometimes it's nice to have a bit of luxury. It's been a really big room and it's done me very nicely. I would stay here again. Bags are all packed. One of my friends has lent me one of these little plastic tags for putting your cruise tag in. I normally just do the sellotape and stuff. I always double tag everything in case the tags fall off. Checkout's 11 AM. I can't check into the ship until 2 PM today. So what I'm planning to do is go down to the overseas passenger terminal, which we've seen for the last few days, drop my cases in, hopefully I can leave them at the bag drop, and then go and get some photos of the ship. So that's it for my Australian adventure. I'm going to head down to the port and board the Royal Princess. We're leaving Australia and heading out into the South Pacific to Vanuatu and Fiji. I've never been to those, so all exciting stuff, isn't it? So if you want to see what goes on my Princess cruise with Royal Princess, make sure you follow along, like and subscribe, because there's a whole lot more to come. Plenty of time to spare, so I thought I'd have a brew and some breakfast in the hotel. It's handy to know the hop on hop off bus stops at the Sofitel Hotel, just outside there. I'm at the overseas passenger terminal. The Royal Princess is here, so it's all exciting. It's cruise day. So I've got a taxi from the hotel. It's dropped me off at the ship. It's a bit confusing because there's loads of people around. I thought nobody would be here at this time, but anyway, it's 12 o'clock-ish, half 12. I managed to drop my bags off. You can just drop those off. There's masses of queues of people here. They're all checking in, but my time's not till 2 o'clock, so I don't know whether these are just early and blagging it, but I'm going with the 2 o'clock window because I want to go and get my photos of the ship, but at least it looks like I can queue up when I need to and just get on board. Yeah, it's just really exciting. It's cruise day. Down at the overseas passenger terminal, actually I'm just on Circular Quay along the wharf. Just everyone's walking along here, normal tourists, people going to the ship. The Royal Princess is there in the background. You can see the Sydney Opera House across. I'm going to go right around the quay and get some really good photos of this, because I obviously stated out yesterday when I was having my beers at the Opera Bar. This is my 30th cruise, so I decided it needed an iconic backdrop to sail away from. You can't get much better than the Sydney Opera House, the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And there's a beautiful looking Royal Princess in the middle. I'm going to find out a lot more about her for the next 2 weeks. The ferry's pulling out of Circular Quay here. It's a busy day at Circular Quay. One ferry comes out, another one goes in. And there we have the Royal Princess. It's my home for the next 2 weeks. And how beautiful is that view with the Sydney Harbour Bridge behind her. There you have the bunker ship, so that's refueling the ship basically. That's the fuel tanker. So Royal Princess doesn't have any ocean view cabins. It's either an inside or a balcony. And somewhere down the back there, I'm in cabin A720, which is one of the aft balconies. So I'm absolutely spoiled for choice. It's, do you have your photo taken with the iconic Sydney Opera House? Or do you have it taken with the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge? And then I get to have it with my cruise ship, which is just fantastic. I'm taking loads of photos. I'm going to have pictures with all of them. They're going to be stuck everywhere. If you get bored of seeing cruise ships, the Opera House or the bridge, yeah, you might need to skip on like 5-10 minutes, something like that. I'm going to be in holiday boy mode now. So there we have the beautiful Opera House, the iconic bridge, and the Royal Princess. One of my New Year's Eve highlights is watching the fireworks from Sydney. It kind of starts the day off well, because we've obviously got the time difference, but it'll be all the more special this year. And I think of being here at the overseas passenger terminal right next door, boarding my cruise ship. Okay, so I can board from 2ish, so I have about 45 minutes to wait. So I thought, let's do anything else. I might as well just sit here and just enjoy my last view of Sydney. So I've come back to the Opera Bar, which I highly recommend for views. I can see the ship now in the background and the bridge, and I only need to twiddle down here and I've got the Opera House as my main view as well. So perfect. So I've got myself a beer, a Sydney lager, and going to enjoy that. Toast to a good cruise, toast to a fantastic time in Australia, and yeah. And now I'm going to put my camera down for a little bit, just savour these last few minutes of Sydney life. So I'll see you in the queue for the ship. I've enjoyed my early afternoon over at the Opera Bar. Now I've reached the ship, time to go on board. My boarding window comes on the app, I tell you, is 2 p.m. till 5:30 p.m. I've seen on the Facebook group that people are on board now. That's fine, to be honest, I wouldn't swap it. Got a phone full of photos and videos. Spotted the Museum of Contemporary Art there. So I'm at the ship. The queue is absolutely massive. Being organised, I've got my passport in hand. I've got my QR code, which you get off the app. I took a photo of that on a screenshot just to make sure I could find it. Didn't know what it'd be like with Wi-Fi and stuff around here. Still not turned my phone on in Australia. I've just basically used Wi-Fi, which has worked really well. I do have elite status, so I might be able to queue at some point. I think you need to get nearer the front of the queue before you can do that. The queue is moving. So I struggled to find the bag drop because it was wrapped around the other side of the queue. But anyway, I dropped my bags off ages ago. You can get there early, leave your bags with them, and then go off and explore. Now we're at the bit where it's boarding passes and passports ready. So it looked like a long queue, but actually we're all snaking in a minute. It's taken us 20 minutes. Actually, bag drop section there. So there were lots more queues there. It's taken me an hour to get on there, and I got to queue during the medallion stage because I've got elite priority boarding. But anyway, I'm getting on the ship.
As part of the check-in process, you collected your medallion. On Princess ships, this is the equivalent of your cruise card, and you use it to board and pay for everything on the ship. There's always a lot going on when you're boarding the ship, but I still think that first look when you get on board is one of the most exciting parts of a cruise.
Genuinely have no idea where I am, so I don't actually know where I am. Do know, oh, I'm on Aloha deck. So what is that? Aloha 20. I'm in A720, which is all the way down there at the back. So I need to go up to deck 12. We are on 7, which is the promenade deck. So you board on deck 7. I'm going up to deck 12. So I'm find my cabin.
With so many people boarding at the same time, there was a huge queue for the lifts. So I decided I'd walk up the stairs to deck 12 because it was only a few decks.
Deck 12. Right. So I'm near the back of the ship.
There are maps at the entrances to the stairwells to help guide you to your cabins.
So I've reached my cabin, A720. Case is waiting for me. And then you've got your medallion. Actually knows you're here. Doors unlocked. We'll do a little cabin tour before I start messing it up. So, I've got a lovely double bed there. Bedside lights. Little cabinets at the side. Little dressing table. Princess Premier. So, I'll talk about that later, but I have Princess Premier status on this cruise. I've got shore excursion tickets that I've booked. Some little bits of info there. A little chest of drawers. Oh, hairdryer in that. Space there. And around the other side. Again, one of my perks for being elite status, I get a little minibar set up. Just one per cruise, so that means that hopefully this fridge. Well, there you go. Oh, bottle of water, a couple of beers, a few cokes and mixers, and you can actually swap these out. So I don't drink vodka. Oh, Bundaberg. Somebody told me about that. I might have to try a bit of rum. I don't always drink some of those, but I might swap them out for beers. Again, because I've got the Princess Premier, I've got the drinks package anyway, but nice to have a drink in your cabin. Nice TV there opposite the bed. It'll do me very nicely. And then we'll go out on the balcony afterwards. I've got a connecting door cabin. It's one of these cruise ships with the walk-in wardrobe. I absolutely love these because they just make life really easy. So looks like there's plenty of hanging space there. Laundry bags. Again, that's another of my elite perks. Get my washing done. So after 2 weeks of travelling, I will be using that. Get your little princess carrier bags. Little safe. Not huge, but I'll put my tablet in it. Got your life jacket up the top there, and actually on the back of the door I've just been reminded to do muster station drill, so it tells you mine's H7 in the Vista Lounge. I presume you watch it on the TV again and then go and scan your medallion, so we'll do that in a bit. So, a little bathroom here. Hello! Glasses, flannels, hand soap and lotions, hand towels and your bath towels. Little shower curtain. Wow, I've got one of those. Weirdly, a metal coat hanger for some reason. What have we got in there? So that's cosy little shower. We've had these on cruise ships before, they don't really bother me. And what have we got here? So we've got shower gel and shampoo and conditioner as well. Nifty little washing line if you want to hang stuff up to dry. Plenty of storage space down the bottom there. It's another little compact bathroom, but how much room do you need in a bathroom? And then Royal Princess doesn't actually have any ocean view cabins. It's either insides or balconies, and 80% of the cabins are balcony cabins. I decided to treat myself because why not? So I have my balcony here. Looks like you've got your chairs there, and just because we're on an epic sailaway at the moment, I've got the Sydney Opera House as my view. How fantastic is that? It's quite a narrow little balcony area, but it'll do me nicely. Don't need a lot. The joy of having a balcony on a cruise ship is that view's going to keep changing for the next 2 weeks, or 13 nights I think it is. But what a view to start with. And just in case you need to know, there are 2 plug sockets, so there's a European and an American style one there, and then actually by the phone there's another American style one. So make sure you bring your adapters. So for this trip I've got my Aussie adapters and I've got my American ones and my European ones because I kind of knew, so I brought all my different plugs. Because I'm in Princess Premier, that gives you drinks, your Wi-Fi, and you get this little wearable device. It's like a little clip for putting your medallion on, so you automatically as a freebie get your lanyard, which you can see there I've got my lanyard. Now actually this isn't my first cruise, so I've actually got a watch strap, so I'm going to dig that out of my case in a little while and I'll wear it on my wrist, but you know, that's a little freebie. So odd little bits. And then in the leaflets there's a little guide to cruises, shore excursion tickets. I've got a tour booked in Vanuatu, which is our first stop, and that's the Princess Patu, which is the newsletter with everything on this afternoon and evening, so what's coming up. And you can get that on the app as well. So actually there's an app which we've been able to see for weeks now, the things that were coming up. It's quite good. It's all digital, but it's nice to have a bit of paper and follow it around as well. You can have a few different packages on these Princess cruises. So when I booked back in January, I got Princess Plus because I think that's usually good enough for me. It comes with Wi-Fi, which is nice to have. The drinks package, up to $15 each. I think you can have 15 drinks a day, and then 2 casual dining meals, which I can take a leave. And the crew appreciation pays you tips, so I always think that's a handy one. It makes it worthwhile. And there's a few extra bits and pieces. Anyway, when I booked in January, I got upgraded to Princess Premier. They've actually upgraded the Premier package to unlimited drinks since then. So I am still limited to 15 drinks, but up to $20 each. And now it's unlimited speciality dining, but I have only got 2 of those for my cruise. Well, I've already booked both of those for later in the week. I think you do get casual dining unlimited, so I'll have to see how that works. And a few extra bits and pieces. If you like a package, that works for me. I do like drinks, so I think having the drinks package helps.
They do seem to swap and change these packages all the time, so it's best to just check what you get when you're actually booking.
So this is a medallion class cruise, so everyone gets a lanyard with their medallion. This is your ship card essentially, so instead of having a little plastic card, you have this and it beeps you in and out and it pays for everything. Everyone gets the lanyard. So I got this little free gift there, but actually a couple of cruises ago I bought one that you can use as a watch and you just wear it on your wrist. So I've brought that with me. It's had a few wears now, so I'm getting my money's worth out of it. So my little gift here is a little clip. You can open that up and clip it to your clothes, and all you do is you get your medallion and it just sits in there and it's a little magnet and just sucks it in there. So you could clip that on your pocket, your shirt pocket, and wear it around if you want. But I like my little wristwatch version, so you just have that on your wrist wherever you are, and then you can just tap it against the sensors and pay for your beers or tap in and out of the ship. It's dead easy. We were given this little leaflet about stateroom readiness and luggage and stuff like that. There's a thing about logging on the Wi-Fi. I'm struggling with that a little bit at the minute. And then muster drill has to be done before 6:30, so you watch it on the TV, and then you have to go and visit it. So I'm going to go and get that done. It's only 5:15, plenty of time at the minute. And then places to eat, Sailaway Party for later, cocktails. I almost don't want to leave my cabin, I've got this great view. So I lie back and relax and do the muster drill by watching it on the TV. So you visit the Vista Lounge, you watch the TV, and then you listen to the announcements. I've heard a few announcements. That'll bing bong before we sail away anyway. But for now, I'm going to do the middle bit and watch. So when you click in to watch the video, it knows who's in your cabin. So there I am. That's me with my thing. That's because it knows whose medallions are in the room at the time. So there you go, done. I've now got a little tick next to the fact that I've watched my safety video. Still have to go to the muster station and get my other tick. Seems a bit ungrateful getting a free minibar and then wanting to swap it, but you can do. So I don't really drink vodka and whiskey, and I don't do Diet Coke, so I'm going to ask to change the Diet Cokes for normal Coke, and the spirits I'm going to swap for beers. Yeah, this feels really comfortable. And then one of the things I love about Princess is they've got really soft comfy beds. Actually, I've just sunk into that, so that's going to be nice. So we'll try that one tonight, obviously. I've got over my jet lag in Australia, so hopefully I'm not going to need an afternoon nap. So yeah, that's my cabin. Welcome to it. Now start the adventure. I'm all unpacked. Let's go and leave this view for a while and go to my muster drill. Your muster station details are on the back of your door. One thing I always do is just take a photo of it, and then you've got it for reference, and just stick it on your favourites in your phone. I'm off to the Vista Lounge on deck 7. They have the big interactive screens so you can see what's on and just give it a swish, see what's going on where you're at. So I'm down on deck 7, got the sign there, muster station H is here. And the Vista Lounge, which is also the Platinum and Elite Lounge. And as I am Elite, that means, from 5 till 7. I can go in there next. Might be doing a bit of that in a minute, that's unexpected. Just missed the entertainment, by the looks of it, in the Elite Lounge. This is Vista, you can just come in. I think there's food down the front, so I'm going to look at food.
I was ready for a snack, so I treated myself to a shrimp cocktail and a few little sandwiches. You might as well enjoy your perks.
I'm not going to film the ship today. I'm 4 days at sea now, so we'll explore the ship over the next 4 days. I'm just finding my way around today. So I've come back. He's a bit keen tonight. Got my pattern for tomorrow, the little newspaper. My bed's all settled up, but I left my little note about changing my beers, and in no time at all I've got a bunch of beers and my cokes, so that's good. I've still got my little gins and rums at the back there, so fill my fridge up now. have a beer on the balcony at some point.
Got to make the most of that view. The Sailaway Party is going to start at 6:45, which is in about 20 minutes, so I'm going to do that. I did bookmark the solos meet and then forgot all about it because I was in the Elite Lounge enjoying my food. Looks like it's going a bit cooler and a bit cloudier, so I'm going to just get a hoodie. Make sure I'm warm enough up on that top deck to enjoy the Sailaway. Deck 16. I started out on deck 16 at the outrigger bar, which sits at the back of the ship, and as a result had a great view all the way around from Circular Quay past the Opera House to the bridge which was behind us. I could already tell that this would be a great bar to enjoy on the cruise, but it wasn't where the Sailaway Party was, which was located right in the middle, so it was time to move on.
I'm down at the back of the aft of the ship there. Looks like you have to go through the buffet, which is Horizon Porch and Mates, and I'm guessing the party's by the pool, so we'll cut through. It's a familiar ship. I've been on a ship like this before somewhere. I can't quite picture which one it is in my mind, but it will come to me. So Horizon Porch, the buffet. People are already eating. Oh, I do love a Sailaway. It's the pool deck. There's an absolutely enormous queue at the bar. I think I'm going to go up on that higher deck, on the top deck, to get the better views. First I need a beer.
Hello from the bridge, my name is Andrea, I'm honored to be your captain on the Royal Princess.
And just like that, we were sailing. The Love Boat horn seemed to run out of puff there, but it's always nice to hear, and it serenaded us as we left Sydney Harbour.
We're sailing away from the Sydney Harbour Bridge, from Sydney, from Australia. Next stop, Vanuatu.
There's always a lot going on the first night, so I headed back to my stateroom to get ready.
Oh, a powerboat. We're leaving Australia, sailing to Vanuatu. Next stop, Vanuatu. And there you can see Manly Beach in the distance where I went the other day, Manly Wharf.
And with that, the pilot boats guided us out of Sydney Harbour and into the Tasman Sea on the way to the South Pacific.
I'm going to try out the buffet. Too much going on today, so I've gone for the buffet, so it's concoction time. So I've had a little mixture of salads for a starter, and then it's either sausage and chips or bang bang chicken and macaroni cheese for mains. You can just order from the bar on the app and then get it delivered to you, so we'll try that, shall we? Well, the food was very nice, but my beer didn't turn up after a quarter of an hour. It's still saying it's just order placed. It didn't even say it was on its way, so I cancelled the order. So yeah, that's me not trusting the app again.
First impressions of the buffet, it's a bit busy. There's loads going on. It's really small and cramped. And then there's all these little cupboards and there's different kinds of foods everywhere. Loads of choice. It's just finding it all. And now I've just found the pastry shop. And that's good because it means I can have cookies and chocolate brownies. I need a chocolate fix. I think that's what I need.
Casino's not open, but you've got all these game tables, so I love a bit of roulette. And then you've got the card games, so you can do blackjack and poker and all those kind of things. Alina's partner.
The show in the theatre for the first night was a comedy magician, and I found myself very entertained. Then, to round off the evening, I headed to the Wheelhouse Bar, where I got chatting to some of my fellow passengers and I enjoyed some live music. And this is just the first day of my epic cruise adventure to the South Pacific.